Hey guys, yeah, like I said, guys, so many movies that I've seen. s- Still, just gonna break out my thoughts, my reviews of movies I saw, and yes, I'm gonna talk about Jurassic World. Uh, I am a Jurassic Park fan. I've seen all the movies. Yes, all the movies, and yes, I am probably one of few people that actually enjoyed the third one. Um, I know a lot of people hate it, but I did enjoy it for what it is. Is it a guilty pleasure for me? No, it's actually a movie I like. But this movie, we were hearing the rumbles of them making a new one, and they did Jurassic World, and I was just I watched this movie. I went into watching this movie with open eyes, like okay, let me just watch this. Try to go in this not remembering anything from the original trilogy or so. But of course you're in the back of your head, you're always gonna have that. And being that this movie takes place 20 years after the original first Jurassic Park, and now you're still on Isla Nublar, and it's a fully functioning park, and it's been making in money and things like that, and all the different and it still has a little bit of still has that Jurassic feel to it. Um, the main stars, of course, Ron Howard's daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard. Her character really comes off very much a workaholic who is so focused on her work, she's not really caring too much about much of anything. It's just work, 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 work. And that's the way I looked at her. Even when her nephews came to the island, which I recognized one of them, Nick Robertson, from the recently ending show Melissa and Joey. I was like, oh shoot, it's Nick Rodner. I knew him, and so when you see her interact with them, it was just like, man, like she don't really, does she care? And things like that. So it was kind of hard to really, in a sense, like look at her like, should I care for this character? If she gets killed, should I care? You know, Chris Pratt's character, of course, he pretty much filled the void in the sense of, I guess you could say, Dr. Malcolm or Ian Grant, or even I would say he was, or even Muldoon. Remember the original who got killed by the Raptors in the beginning, and once again he worked with Raptors, and yes, the Raptors were the real stars of this movie. Blue, Beta, Charlie, Alpha. Oh my God, Omega. They really stole the show in this movie. It was really good. The Raptors always have a good shine in the Jurassic Park movies. They've always had, and it was good to see that. Then you have Vincent D'Onofrio's character, who I believe, if I remember, he worked for Engine, and he kind of wanted to militarize them. And his character, I was just more like, I hope he fucking dies. There was just things like that. I was just like, I'm hoping this motherfucker. I'm hoping Kingpin gets eaten. And there were other characters in there, but they just really didn't come off to me as to be really cared about. But then there's B.D. Wong's character, who is originally from the original one. He really became more of that mad scientist doctor, like almost like you kind of understand like where he's coming from in terms of when they started talking about the Indominus Rex, which I will get into soon. I will get into that. How they were the new owner of the island. I think his name is Khan, and he was just like, I didn't tell you to make a monster, and blah blah blah. And then I remember the line, something about what does a bird look at a cat? He said something about a cat, and the cat, a bird looks at a cat like as a monster, and it was just like, some of the stuff he was saying, it was just like, okay, he's kind of got a point, but then it's just like, you do realize that people are dying, and it was just like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, stuff like that. Like, what happened to you? And that was kind of the thing also. I was just, like, really wondering, like, what happened to your character over the course of the previous two movies or so? You know? And, so, yeah, that was the other thing. Now, in terms of the Indominus Rex, let's talk about the big bad of this movie. Genetically altered, I guess new dinosaur, because they kind of played it up like they always needed to add a new attraction to the park because people get bored of it. And I looked at that also, just how Chris Pratt, they're dinosaurs. How do you get bored of dinosaurs? Like, creatures that lived 60 something plus million years ago, and you get bored of that. I just didn't understand that. Like, so you have to create a hybrid monster, and honestly, I looked at that. I looked at the Indominus Rex, and I'm just like, I don't understand what is so indomitable about it. It didn't look any bigger than, any other, like, it didn't look any bigger than a T-Rex. It looked like it was almost the size of an Allosaurus, but just from my point of view, sort of they added different things, like it can camouflage, and it was part raptor and things like that, and I'm just like, okay, this one really felt like it took a lot of what worked for the classic video game series Dino Crisis. Remember that series? This movie did feel like that. It felt like that, and I was thinking the Indominus Rex was going to be some huge, super hybrid, giant, dinosaur that was just going to be like dwarf T-Rex, dwarf even the Spinosaurus, but it wasn't. So I kind of got my hopes up about that. But did this movie kind of live up to the hype in person of the box office? Was say, yeah, it did, because it made over 1.3 something billion dollars, and it only took this millions to make. Okay, but it didn't let me down necessarily. I just thought it could have been better. I just figured that, yeah, they were gonna try to go that route with, militarizing them and things like that. I was just like, yeah, please don't go there, but it did. I had problems with some of the characters that they really didn't make me care enough about them. Like I said, as much as I like Bryce Dallas Howard, her character just really did not scream me, oh, I hope you survive. I hope you survive. No, it was just like, if she dies, she dies. And that may sound kind of cold coming from yours truly here, guys, but it did feel that way. It felt like that. I was like, but for Chris Pratt's character, I really was just like, please don't kill this guy off. I really, it just felt that way, And Vincent D'Onofrio's character was like, fuck him, get him killed, like, kill Kingpin. But even the final battle between the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex, I was a little let down. It was just like, that could have been better. It was, just like, okay. And there was even times where it even looked like the Indominus Rex. There were times in that fight the T-Rex was going to die again. If it wasn't for Blue. That was where I really had the connection too with the Raptors and Chris Pratt's character. I really was like, you felt that. You was like, oh, like they remember, and they care. They really care about him. It was like, these are predators caring about a human, let alone something that they can just rip to shreds. But they did. They cared, but I did enjoy it. But I really didn't want to compare this one to the others. I tried not to, but of course there was going to be a little, just like, But am I looking forward to seeing the sequel? Yeah, I'm wondering where they're going to take this new trilogy. And as Chris Pratt is there, who I've said from the get go, I'm very happy for him. I'm so happy that he's getting this big shine. I didn't watch him on Parks and Recreations and everything like that, but once he came on as Star Lord, I fell for the guy. I was like, this guy's got good chemistry. I like his charisma. And I'm just wherever he comes, I'll follow him. I'll see what he can do, and I'm following him now. He was a mixture of Indiana Jones, and that's the other thing. This is what I felt also, and I think a lot of people will agree with me, is that this seems like this was Chris Pratt's tryout to be Indiana Jones in a sense, because there is talks they do want to make more Indiana Jones movies, and if it is if it does feel like he was trying to give his audition for Indy, which I wouldn't mind if Chris Pratt became Indiana Jones. But other than that, Jurassic World was I enjoyed it. I didn't hate the movie. Just hoping they work a little bit better with characters, in terms of really caring about the characters. If you look at the previous characters in the movie, Dr. Grant, Ellie, Lex and Tim, Ian, those characters, John Hammond, even though Richard Allenberg passed away, but yeah, you cared for those characters. There was reasons to care. This one, the pacing was maybe a little too fast at times, and it focused more on the and the whoa than us really kind of caring for the characters. You understand what I'm saying, guys? I'm not saying I hated it, but it just like I want to care for the characters. I want to care for these characters. I want to feel something. I don't want to just feel like yeah, I want to feel, for the characters. Like, I don't want to I don't want to watch a movie and just say almost to 50% of the cast, don't care, don't care, don't care, yeah, or fucking hope this guy die. If he dies, if she dies, she dies. But I am looking forward to seeing the others. And to all my UK followers, I've got a few. You guys are going to be the first to be able to watch the sequel to Jurassic World. So as always, I'm hoping when it comes, and I hear good things. But I did not hate Jurassic World, guys. I did not. I just felt that you got to step up the level of characterization in terms of let me feel the characters. And there was moments where you actually got to see in the movie that they were near the old park. Like there were some areas that there were the old, the old visiting center, and that's where I really geeked out. I geeked out on that. I'm not gonna lie. When the brothers were in the old visiting center, I geeked out. I was like, oh look, that's an old visiting center. But other than that, not bad. Could have been better. Did it live to the hype? It's 50-50, or some can sway yay and some will sway nay. But I did enjoy it. It is a part of this universe now, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of this universe. And if you're gonna put new dinosaurs or just some hybrid, make that hybrid or genetically altered hybrid meaningful in terms of like this thing is fierce, because to me that this just felt a little bit like Frankenstein's monster, just dinosaur wise. Dino Crisis thrown in there, and but like I said, the Indominus Rex did not look indomitable to me. It just looked like you look like a, you know. But other than that, guys, more to go. And I'm ready. You want to keep hearing my thoughts on various movies that I've seen so far, I'm going to give it to you. And I got a lot more. Still, you're probably still waiting for that last Marvel movie that came out. You want to hear? So don't worry, you'll hear, you'll see. I promise. I got more. For now, I'm gonna bid you adieu. Peace, guys.